Hey, what's up guys? My name is David. Welcome back to No Rev Limits. And today we're going to be talking about how to pay your suppliers. I've made some mistakes in the past. I've used PayPal, and I'm going to help you figure out if PayPal is the right payment choice for you. Here we go. So guys, there are many ways that you can pay your supplier. And I've made some mistakes early on. I want to help prevent you from making those same mistakes, okay? So after you've done some product research and you're ready to place that sample, you're excited, you want to pay your supplier, you want to get it in right away. I absolutely know that feeling. But there's a couple of things that you need to pay specific attention to when paying your supplier. So to start off with, there are a few ways, okay? You have PayPal, which a lot of people recommend. You have TT, which is telegraphic transfer, and this is pretty much a wire transfer to your supplier. And you also have trade assurance, okay? And there's certain ways and pros and cons on using those particular payment methods or payment instruments that you can have different protections on, or lack of protections. And I'm going to tell you what happened to me. So when I ordered my very first product, guys, I'm excited. I put my deposit down, and my supplier is ready to bring in my, ship my product. So everything's great, okay? So this is what happened. I negotiated terms with my particular supplier, and I decided to go with PayPal, okay? Basic terms, when you're working with suppliers, 30% deposit, 70% for the rest of the funds when your item is ready to ship. That is when you place that final payment amount of 70%. So I'm like, hey, I want to pay through PayPal because why? PayPal has certain protections. So I thought. The issue with PayPal is when you're working with suppliers and different manufacturers, when you're buying your product, if they've modified the product in any way, if it's not off the shelf, they modified the product in any way, meaning put your logo on there and you made some modifications, etc., then it is not eligible for the payment or buyer protection through PayPal. That's crazy, right? So pretty much any private label item is not covered under PayPal's terms of service and buyer protection. That's unbelievable. So when you're ordering samples, if you're ordering a generic sample, maybe, but we're not ordering those in bulk. That doesn't help us, okay? So when I ordered my particular product from my supplier, I ended up getting my product that was decided and landed January 21st, I believe, of 2017. Super excited, okay? I opened the box, ready to look at this beautiful product, and then boom, I got garbage. Okay? Now, let me not exaggerate. It wasn't complete garbage, but I couldn't sell at the premium price. And you know, when we're doing our product research, we want to sell a premium value product, right? We don't want to go to the bottom feeders. We want to sell a premium value product. We're differentiating, we're adding value, and we want to be at the top of the price range for a particular niche or niche. That's what I was aiming for. And I paid a premium price for this particular product. So when I got it back, or finally got it in my hands, it was not what I was expecting. And therein lies the issue, guys. I bought this product at a premium cost, thinking I was going to sell it, expecting to sell it at a premium price. So we're not buying products or we're just doing Me Too products. We're trying to add value, right? So we're trying to correct problems, solve a problem for the customer, charge a premium price in that particular niche that we're in. And this is exactly what I did. But when I got this product, it was not the premium quality that I expected. So I immediately hopped on the phone and called my suppliers. Like, hey guys, you sent me a product that's not up to my specs or my requirements, and this is the problem. Now the thing about this is that I didn't get an inspection. And I'm not going to go into detail about inspection services in this particular video, but inspections are critically important because that's an extra layer, an extra step for you to protect your inventory and your investment. With that being said, I ended up getting the order, I think January 21st of 2017, and I was extremely disappointed. So I got on the phone with my suppliers, like, hey guys, we got to fix this. And again, this is the typical China supplier back and forth where they're like, no, we gave you exactly what you asked for, we're not going to do anything about it. So I'm worried, I'm panicking, didn't know what to do. I was like, well, I'm going to go buy protection, right? I paid through PayPal. All right, so this is where I made two critical mistakes. The first mistake, when you're buying through PayPal or when you're paying through PayPal, you're supplied through PayPal, you're not going to be protected under buyer protection if your product is modified. So that means all of private label, if you're getting real samples with your logo, your brand, or made any modification where they had to make changes, if the supplier can prove that they modified your particular item to send you, you will not be protected under the buyer protection program. So now what? So I decided to, I decided to submit a report. My supplier pretty much told me off the bat that, hey, you're right, we sent you a different product, it was not where you specified. I had text messages, emails, pictures, sent this big appeal to PayPal, and guess what? They didn't do anything about it. They denied it 3 times. So I'm not feeling confident at this point, guys. So what I ended up doing was like, okay, maybe since I paid through PayPal, it's going to a credit card. So I thought, and I have bank protections. That was critical mistake number 2. I didn't make this particular payment through a credit card purchase. I used the same account, but I ended up doing through a wire transfer. So you have 2 different ways you can do this: PayPal wire transfer through bank account and directly to your credit card or debit card. I made the mistake of actually making this purchase through a transfer and not using the credit card. So I don't have any protections from my bank. And I would think with the information that I had given them that I would have had this protection, would have got that money back from the bank, but I did not. So that was critical mistake number 2. So now I was left with the product that I couldn't sell at the top price or the price that I wanted to, and pretty much had to go on and sell this product at a lower price, lose some money off the bat before I even got started. And I don't want you to make that mistake, guys. So to sum this all up, there are 2 critical things that you must pay attention to when you're making a payment through PayPal to your supplier. Actually, there's a few. The first thing is making sure that you specify your terms with your supplier, okay? In most cases, it's 30%, 70%. So you pay 30% deposit, 70% for your final payment, and this payment is done when the product is ready to ship. Because as soon as they deliver, depending on your shipping terms, as soon as it leaves their factory or is delivered to the port, it is hands off for them. They don't care what happens to the product. You've already paid, okay? So when the product is ready to ship, that's when you send in your final payment of 70%. For your 30%, and regardless of that 30% or whatever payment terms, make sure that you are paying via a credit card or debit card charge on PayPal. Because if your product is private label, which we're all doing, then you're going to have to go through your bank in order to get that protection. I will still file the appeal through PayPal just to make sure, and just file the report through PayPal just to see if they handle it or not. But if they don't, you have a backup through your bank provider on that particular credit card. If things were to go wrong, just make sure that you document everything. Okay, guys? So I'm hoping this helps you out. Avoid that mistake, okay? Big issues end up being a big headache, but you know what? Here I am a year later, still selling. And next up, we're going to be talking about how I do my product research. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get notified when I release my next video. Thanks for supporting me. I know it's at the grassroots, the very beginning. Hopefully I can get this a little bit more consistent where I'm releasing video content a little bit easier. It's kind of tough right now because I'm still in my 9 to 5, so it makes it a little bit difficult. I only get to film at nighttime, and all the things end up being a problem. So anyways, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next session. Peace, guys.